Alrighty, kiddies, welcome back.
Wait, hold on. We gotta do this. Here we go. Let's try this again.
Welcome back to another episode of Too Many Warlocks. If you missed the crossover, you missed quite a bit. But perhaps we'll be able to get you all caught up here with the help of our wonderful DM, Sean. And I have to say, it's a pleasure to be seeing you. Or for you to see me. I've always been able to see you, but that's unrelated to these dudes. Anyways, let's see what's in store for us now. Too Many Warlocks.
Oh. Is this an appropriate moment to say the fuck?
Oh, no. Look, if you were unaware, Spirit of Halloween is now open. Anyway,
this is actually a Goodwill find. Spirit of Halloween is way too expensive.
Okay, clear. Hello. I am your benevolent Dungeon Master Puck, and welcome once again to Too Many Warlocks. For those of you who are expecting a certain guest star today, there was a scheduling thing, but he'll be in next week, so don't worry about it. But I am here to play a game of Dungeons & Dragons today with these fine people laid out before me, and I will now introduce them in no particular order. A carnival of tragedies taken living form, Mr. Richard Bennett.
Oh, accurate though.
Controlled substance enthusiast, Mr. Guy Poutonce.
We all knew who that was before you said the name.
Yeah. Master of political espionage and professional underground mafia escort, Miss Kithri Tealeaf. And also joining us is aspiring necromancer, Mr. Penn Wright. Now, I'm trying out some new intros. Okay, last we left our heroes, we had an epic crossover event. We had what some people might call a cumbersome amount of players loaded up onto the screen, and really the Dungeon Master took a break and everybody just role played. I mean, it was a lot of fun. It was really good. A lot of things got resolved, but it was revealed that the leader of the Black Hand was a friend of Koshano's, and that person is now they're dead, and the Black Hand is gone, and they were able to retrieve the Eye of Vecna. And Miss Kithri Tealeaf was entrusted with the Eye of Vecna and told to hide it away, which she did off screen. You guys don't need to know about that.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, no, it was a fun thing that happened. It was also revealed that Koshano the Sharp is off being pursued in Neverwinter by some assailants. And as the Mercs of Mischief have other pressing matters in Waterdeep, and they've decided to go on a lich hunt, nothing personal, to our... you have taken it upon yourselves to go rescue Koshano's sister. Now, you do have some time at the keep for things to unfold, if there's anything you guys need to do.
Actually, one thing definitely Guy needs to do before this is has to find Giobetta and Koshano, and I believe Koshano's got disguised self. I need to know what Sharp looks like in detail.
Oh, they can give you a detailed description. She generally she wears regular kind of bard clothes. You know, she has performing clothes. But when you see her, it's possible that she will be wearing, for lack of a better term, a cloth catsuit.
Okay.
Which she uses to basically move around and duck into cover. And she is always magically instantiating a minor illusion on her head to give her cat ears.
Okay. So yeah, I want to spend enough time so that I can recreate her with my Mask of Many Faces.
Okay. Give me a performance check to see how well you do with that.
All right.
And maybe I'll open up Roll20 so I can see what your roll is.
I rolled a 20, 16 plus 4.
Oh, well, that's pretty good. All right, you do all right. So you set that up, and you've got it pretty spot on. You've got a pretty good idea of what she looks like.
I can tell I got it right when Jabetta pinched my ass, eh?
Yeah. She was. Yeah, no. It's really, Koshano was not the full judge of it. It was all Jabetta.
Well, I figured I asked Koshano to show me in his disguise stuff, and then I asked Jabetta to correct him.
Oh yeah,
because you never see your sister the same way, right?
Oh, absolutely. All right. Any other business?
I have just a question. I have not mentioned this for a while. What is this? What is Atkinson's level of...
Atkinson's level of absorption is 85%.
Cool. I like to know every now and then.
Oh, no, you can check on it. Any other new business?
Not that I know of, other than wanting to just ask somebody how Calazar's doing, but...
You can go check on him if you like.
Okay, I'll do that then.
All right. He's stirring around a little bit. He appears to be healing up. Occasionally he'll move erratically, like he's having a bad dream.
I don't have anything for that. Well, I guess I'll just put a hand on his shoulder and just kind of be like, "It's okay. We're figuring it all out," and just kind of leave him to be.
All right.
You know, you could always use a hatchet of calming when you embed it into someone's head.
They're very calm afterwards.
For a few moments.
Looking at a large wooden man talking about a hatchet and going,
Should we be worried? All right. So, if there's no more new business, Lady Bella / Veronica / your cart have been returned to the keep, care of Kithri in the in-between time. So if you all would like to head out, you're welcome to utilize it. You're all well aware of where Neverwinter is.
Yeah.
It's like the other capital city, right?
It wouldn't be any faster
to Neverwinter.
To take a portal?
Yeah, it wouldn't be any faster to take a portal and then travel from there.
Not quite, because the other portal in the north, there'd be a bit of a walk involved.
Plus, it's always nice to be able to pop into the astral plane to get away, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not complaining, just wondering if it's the most expeditious use of time.
So as we're going, I got the idea. I think maybe we got the pretty easy way to find her, eh?
Oh.
Yeah, we get to Neverwinter, we sign into a nice hotel, so we look legitimate, eh? We are AKA, we are class, eh? And then we put up poster around town, say job posting, AKA looking for new members. Must be quick of hand and quick of heart. Apply at. And when she shows up, I do this, and I snap my fingers, and I look like Jobetta. Snap them again, and it goes away. To show her that we mean it, I pass her Jobetta's message, and we come back.
That sounds straightforward enough.
I see no way this could go wrong.
No possible. I personally, as the dungeon master, I don't see how anything can go wrong.
Oh, by the way, she looks like this, and I show them all.
Oh yeah,
the one that I put together with Koshano and Jobetta.
All right.
I have a question that I already probably know the answer to, but I'm interested to see how it would work mechanically. Okay. So upon seeing this, would I be familiar with this person as far as like sending is concerned, or is that still not?
No, because
Okay.
you have to.
Just an image.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if you saw a painting of someone. You could theoretically send to that painting. Because
You already put his words in my head without asking. Don't give him any more ideas. Eh?
Some people just look alike, That's just a thing that happens. So, are we flying or are we taking the road?
Flying. It's point A to B.
All right.
We don't have to worry about anyone like Team Growl.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, we are looking to make an impression, an
They-
entrance, if you will.
they
if we're
work for
doing
you
my
guys
plan.
now. So,
They do work for us, but I'm saying people like them.
all right. So, if we're flying, it shouldn't be more than a few hours to arrive at the outskirts of Neverwinter.
Land just outside and make our real entrance in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
physical realm on a road, maybe
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Sounds
with a
like
flaming
a
horse. So,
good idea.
and an amazing carriage with gargoyles on top. But other than that, we're really settled.
3 of which have makeup on them. If Guy.
Yes. I assume it's canon that a Guy crawls up there every night and fixes their makeup.
Oh yeah,
Except for
you have
Except for
to.
Michael.
what's his name? What's his name? Or I'm going to put makeup on him.
It's Michael.
Mike, shit, he remembered. Okay.
I name a lot of shit. I don't remember half of it.
This is important. All right. So you take off. It's a leisurely flight to Neverwinter. You have some downtime in between. If you guys want to discuss anything or have any interactions with each other. No? Fun?
I use Mask of Many Faces to turn into cat and stare wistfully out the window.
It's not comfy.
Not does that do anything for you?
Oh,
I can't hear
sorry.
this, so I'm
and I
not-
turn back into Guy.
Oh god. What are we? Who's driving? Is it Richard?
Usually Richard drives.
Yeah.
So
Why you guys let me drive, I don't know. But
So how has this changed anything? What happened with them and I feel like we should regroup because that was a lot.
Really? I don't think we accomplished anything. I don't think a single decision was made, but we had some fun, eh?
I mean,
They're still going to do what they were going to do before, and we are going to do a thing, but then we're going to do another thing, which is what we were going to do before. So
Kithri was able to help Koshano get that thing that we got that we don't know where it is. Then we
we don't want
shouldn't
to talk about that thing, eh?
Nope. You
Um,
don't have to worry about it. It's gone.
Well, So there's something I should tell you, I think, because we've gotten to the point where we tell everybody everything, and that's good policy.
we have?
It would.
Shh. With Penn, yes, we have. We want to know everything he does. Shh.
So I couldn't do anything about it at the time, and I didn't want to cause a fuss. And I talked to the cleric about it first because it felt like the cleric was the person that needed to be talked to about it. And I lift my hat, and I pull out Handy, and I show them on the back where I've scrawled the anti-scrying mark or anti-magic site, whatever. And I show them, and I'm like, "Oh, thank you." And
Perfect timing.
There he
He comes up.
and I'm like, when we had that object in our possession and we were discussing it, Handy was moving around a little bit more than usual. He seemed, I don't know, he was odd. He wasn't trying to do anything, but he definitely moved at the mention of it. And with
So he
more of a
wasn't not
fear
doing
move?
anything.
Or was it more of a I'm
I-
anticipating an excited kind of move?
it was like a clinch a little bit, so I can't
Fear.
really tell you. But here's the other thing. The cleric did... I can't... Gilbetta.
She's got that name, you know.
That cleric who I don't know that well. Well, look, if we manage to do this, I'm sure we'll be on better terms. She and I have our own things to work out. But the thing was, this hand is not only necrotic, but it has scrying magic built into it somehow, which I did not know up until this point, which I know now, which is why it's got this symbol on the back of it.
So it's how you say evil AF, and it can see stuff.
Or something can see it.
Through it, potentially, yes. But now,
So
not
do you think this
anymore.
Why?
So first thing first, I'm back under the hat, eh? Now we don't see nothing but black felt, eh?
Yep.
And
I
maybe a tiny bald spot. I was going to talk to you about that, Penn, but maybe not now, eh?
We are all concerned about this.
What happened to me? What do y'all know that I don't?
Definitely wasn't that time Guy and I snuck into your room with a razor.
No, but seriously, that's a problem, eh?
Yeah, I know.
Thank you for coming to us. I appreciate the shit out of that. Before you hide things and I got mad. This time you don't hide it. I'm not so mad. I'm still a little pissed, but I'm not so mad, eh?
Perhaps upset at the situation, but not upset at Penn.
You know, I like it when you talk, eh? Things get smoother. It's like oil on the water, eh?
I try.
I'm just trying to figure out what to do, because I could lock him in a box somewhere, but I don't want to, and I certainly don't want to kill him. And I'd like to be able to, control him one day, but not a ton
You
of...
talk to Gibette, eh? I never know her not to have an opinion. What she thinks should you do, eh?
She tried to heal him, and I said no, because we all know how that works. So I was like, she essentially said she wasn't going to promise that she wouldn't tell Koshano or them. Not that I didn't want to tell Koshano, because Koshano didn't want to know where the eye was. And, the eye has a counterpart that nobody knows where it is. And I don't think...
The thing we don't talk about, maybe, eh?
Well, it is a
The
hand.
thing. The thing.
Let's just do this from now on. We talk about both of them, eh?
Okay.
So Richard just reaches into his head, pops out the amber eye, and just passes. We're talking about this, and then we talk about, and then he rips off another portion of himself and just hands over a hand. And then it's basically just use them.
Oh, thank you.
Visual aids.
No, we have a whiteboard, but okay.
And so as this is all happening, sap is beginning to pour into the wound and start into what's just happened, and is growing back a new eye.
Oh,
Nice.
well.
Oh, but this one's got a mosquito stuck in it, right?
Yeah.
Actually,
I'm so sorry. I cannot keep my mouth shut.
No,
I
it's so
apologize
good.
for nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, well, this, and I hold up the wooden hand, is the thing that, we don't know where the other counterpart is. And I don't think that's what this is, but, that was a concern that was brought up. And so I didn't want to tell Koshano, because he didn't want to know where this one was.
But
And
Gilbert, she don't want to hit it with that big hammer of hers, eh?
I mean, I wouldn't allow for it, really. It's not...
like you'd have a choice to stop
She
her.
made the offer?
No. Also, I'm not really concerned. I'm not a necromancer yet, so a cleric is not the biggest of my worries yet. Later, maybe, but
I
right
just
now...
figure if a cleric of the moon is okay with you having an undead hand on your head, maybe I'm not the one to judge, eh?
You never know. I mean, she's concerned, naturally, but we all are, even me. But I also think she just respects the fact that I am who I am, and I'm always going to be this way. So, maybe.
Okay, just be really clear here, eh? If that hand turns out to fuck up the whole plan, I hit it with this and I grab the mace while it's still under your hat.
Ow. Why?
Penn, I do have one very important question.
Yes.
What kind of scalp massages does that thing do?
I don't really know. And I kind of poke him under my hat, and I'm like, he and I don't talk as much as I'd like. He wrote me a note one time, but it was really upsetting. So,
You know, usually if the only form of communication you have with something is upsetting, that maybe is not a good relationship.
well, it'd be like if Richard tore off his hand and then came to you and was like, I love you, but I need your hand. It's like, you're not really upset with Richard, you're just upset with what he's asking. So it was more
That wasn't Richard, that was you. I mean, you don't quite cut it off, but you told us outright you were thinking about it, eh?
I mean, well, yeah, if it means I can necromance, we're warlocks. And my patron has not tipped that scale in my favor yet, so I gotta learn it somewhere.
Penn, couldn't you just attach strings and do a puppetry thing?
My little doomed friend, eh?
We'll figure it out. I just thought you all should know. And, if I have to do something with him, I will. But up until I have to, I'd prefer not to. But I'm sorry that I didn't know about the scrying thing sooner. That was careless on my part.
Well, now we
Or
know.
you put the thing on it, so now it's don't work or something, eh?
Theoretically, yes. It is still designed with that magic in mind, but I don't think it will work with that on it. It still identifies as a scrying object, but I don't think it would operate correctly with that on it.
Well, either way, I think from under your hat, it don't scry so much, eh?
Yeah.
No, and if
Maybe
we're really
hitch it a little
worried,
bit, but I don't think it's going to do much scrying. Where are they? Still inside the hat?
and if we're really worried, it's not that difficult to tattoo the symbol onto ourselves.
Yeah. Something we should.
I mean, as Guy has shown, there's a lot of blood and pus in his thing, though.
Hey, there's no pus. I clean it up really good, eh? Both times. Dirty look at Penn.
This is not. Actually, what did I, and I open up my book and flip because I forgot. What did I get from that? I never actually looked at what I got from that library, from that dude's office. Like,
You're the most absent-minded researcher. It's like,
I'll just shove it in here. I'll think about it later. 3 weeks later.
To it.
Eureka! I've discovered that E equals MC. Ooh! But this new thing.
It's really easy to acquire the information for me, but having the time to read it, on the other hand, as you may or may not have noticed, is a little in thin supply.
No, it's
that guy that goes to the free online bookstore and says all in cart.
Yep, just give it all. I'll read it later.
Man, I got I got that Audible subscription, and it just keeps piling up. And it's all right. So it's great. Oh, did you know Twitch and Amazon are the same company? No. Anyways, so
Don't break the magic.
Yeah, we won't break. Don't kill the. Okay, so. Penn, looking through it, most of what you find in there for the research acquired in that section is a lot of research into the difference between a lot of what you heard from that very informative undead fellow in that one town.
Mm-hmm.
The differences between ghosts, specters, wraiths, and then physical undead like skeletons and ghouls and zombies and vampires and revenants. And what these creatures are made up of and how that energy coalesces and how it relates directly to the essence of the soul.
That's heavy.
Yeah, this is a lot of it is research and thesis, and a lot of theories about this kind of thing.
That will come in handy.
Thank you, Don.
So, after this conversation, Neverwinter comes into sight, and I've pulled it up on the board here. Now, Neverwinter is a city that is split up into 4 sections, and truthfully, it is a city in the midst of recovery. Neverwinter has had a hard history with war and undead. It's got a real big.
I was waiting for that.
It's got a real big problem with being invaded by liches. It's an ongoing problem. It's like, what's happening? Oh, Neverwinter's being invaded by another lich.
What's this one's name?
Even Lenny's got backstory in this game.
Yeah,
This is
even
amazing.
Lenny's got skin in the game, not actual skin, but. So the city is divided up into 4 sections, but truthfully, just the one section is where the bulk of people live, and it is this section here, known as the. I always forget the name real quick here. It is the Protector's Enclave, and just across the river from the Protector's Enclave is the Black Lake District, which is still kind of a place where a lot of the common folk live, but it is largely controlled by criminal syndicates. They're trying to slowly reclaim everything. The River District is an area that is still in disrepair. There's still a lot of ruined buildings from the previous conflicts, and that's just to the side of the Black Lake District there. And then the giant gaping chasm that you see in the city is known as the Chasm. And that area is just ruined. Nobody really lives there. If they are, they're likely in hiding and don't really want to be there. But
like they gave up naming stuff halfway, just when they got to the chasm.
Yeah, as soon as, well, I mean, what are you going to call it? Like, I mean, there's the
great
crack.
Empty.
Don't go to the crack. The Neverwinter crack. So these are the 4 sections of the city. Where do you guys want to affect ingress, and where do you want to start your search?
The crack, of course.
To be honest,
That's
I feel
the
like
person I
where she's
expected to
most
go to that
likely
joke. Really, to be serious.
I want to search the crack. She's probably in the bottom of it. You got to get deep in between.
Sometimes you need a metal
See,
spoon.
that's more
Right.
the person I was expecting to get into it.
Oh.
All right, all together, apologize to Don. Sorry, Don.
Okay.
So
It makes
What
I think
sense.
maybe the southwest corner through the nice gate, eh?
It make most sense to be where the people are. That's out of character. I feel like she's actually going to be in the crack, but that's.
Oh yeah.
I've got a
Chasm.
good.
Let's head to the place that has the most people.
all right, Protector's Enclave.
Yeah.
All right. So you can lounge your cart, and then you make it in through the gatehouse. There are a number of merchant caravans moving back and forth. Things have really picked up in trade between Neverwinter and Waterdeep these days, now that Neverwinter is not a undead ravaged hellhole anymore, and actually is a place that you can do business in. So you make your way in, and it's about getting into the evening as everything unfolds and people are still shopping around. There's a lot of kind of like mason and carpentry guilds that have set up operation here for obvious reasons. And then there's a number of shops and halls and various armored individuals running around doing security for the place. How do you want to begin your search?
We just landed, but it's one thing. There's no way we have a spot here, too, is there? Another one in horrible disrepair?
Well, you could certainly ask.
If not, we can certainly spread a rumor that there is going to be one. Eh?
Yeah, there's franchise opportunities available.
Penn, do you want to ask Walter?
I think Walter might be busy in Waterdeep. He's still repairing, but I could check. And
Or I guess we could ask MT1.
Oh, we have so, and it's like I pulled that out, and then I'm like, oh, okay, and then I pull out the sending stone, and
Like
I
having a
actually,
phone for each person you know.
I'm actually gonna hand that
There's got
back.
to be a better system, maybe a numbering system or something.
I'm gonna hand that back to Kithri because I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I still have this, and I hand that to her
Okay.
just because I trust you more.
All right. So you're asking MT1?
Yeah. Hey, MT1. That's not your name. MT1. Do we have a place that, like the manor in Waterdeep, or any places that we usually the Avalon Knights usually stay? I don't know what's wrong with me right now.
There was a small branch location in Neverwinter.
Knew it.
And he gives you an address and coordinates located approximately here.
Yeah.
To the crack.
Oh, okay.
That was a long time ago.
I have to know. This is not just for the joke. I actually want to know. Can I do a history check to know what made that? Because that's got to be something. Or you could just tell me. It's up to you.
You can do a history check.
All right. I'd like to think it's still there. It's just in the bottom. It was made after the crash.
It's way at the bottom.
Yeah, I just want to know if it was the epicenter or not.
It was a result of an eruption of Mount Hotenu and the earthquake that caused and it was just this festering hole for the spell plague.
Oh,
yeah.
What's a spell plague? I should know this.
You should know this. The spell plague was something. It basically was removing magic from the world and killing magic users en masse. It was initiated by Cyric.
What?
The best part about this is your expression, Penn.
Because Penn gets like a +5 to history checks, and I love that I get to role play that I know nothing.
Yeah. I feel like he's reading the book while it's happening. He's like, nobody told me about this. How long ago did this happen? No, it was,
Penn's patron is Wikipedia.
The spell plague was basically an effort by some malevolent gods to remove magic from the mortal world, and it had a lot of really nasty consequences.
Like the Reconvening.
Yes. References.
Okay. Well, we don't have one big mending spell, so we can't go back home.
Clearly, we're the first ones to think about it. We're going to show up and we're going to mend the crack in the city.
It'll just take like 100 years or something.
Hang on.
Or you could do something completely crazy where you just have giant metal ropes that you have attached to a harpoon, and you jump from side of the chasm to the other side of the chasm, just stitching.
Just pull it together.
See, I was still thinking you could do mending. You just need a really big spellcaster.
We need a giant wizard. Side quest unlocked.
All right. Well.
All right. So after that little Neverwinter history lesson, how do you guys want to go about your search?
Well, Guy, did you want to find someplace to rent a room and put up signs?
Yeah, I think someplace nice, eh? Give them the impression that we got some class as an organization, eh?
Oh, absolutely.
Nice-ish.
I mean, do we have money?
Yeah.
We should also go find a Temple
Got
of
some money.
Selune first, or one of the first few things we do, because that might be a place to find a lead.
Oh.
That's a good idea. I'm going to make these posters as soon as we're there. But yeah, that's also for sure. We follow up all the lead. Eh?
All right.
This one's personal. Eh?
Yep.
So who's going to put up posters and who's going to go to the temple?
I will help Guy put up posters.
I'm definitely going to the temple. I will let
You're not going
Richard
alone.
decide if he goes to the temple.
You're not going alone. I'm coming with you. All right.
And how often does this happen? You and I get stuck together.
It depends on how much sap's coming out of you that day. It wasn't. It was supposed to be an innocent joke. Stop.
This is a spicy episode. You broke Kithri. You destroyed her.
You do realize that sap is mostly just blood on the right side, right?
All right. Fan fiction writers, start your pens. Okay.
Now shipping. Rich Penn.
Yeah, Rich Penn.
Or would it be Rich N?
Chardton? Okay. All right. So
yeah, on the posters, the Q in quick is capitalized just to make it really obvious. But I figured between the AKA logo and that, she should realize it's a message to her, right?
Kithri and Guy, do you want to work on these posters together?
Yes.
All right. I want you both to do performance checks and let me know what these posters look like with your performance checks.
Or sleight of hand.
Oh, well, I mean, if you can sell me on your sleight of hand, I'm amiable to other skill checks.
Or dexterity of like how detailed I'm able to get and find. I'm going off because my forgery
Can't you do
kit is
Can't you do
detailed
acrobatics?
dexterity.
Well,
based.
I mean, if you want to utilize the forgery kit as a kind of Michael's poster kit, then you definitely.
Oh, I definitely will.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was. Yeah, definitely a forgery kit for sure.
Oh, I was hoping for a 1, and it's just a crayon poster that says "Sharp, come home."
I mean, not too far.
The S is backwards. It's like, okay, so you guys both get a boat. Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not like artist quality work, but you figure like it'll get the point across.
Yep.
I mean, everything's in the right place. You're probably not gonna, open any galleries anytime soon, but you'll be all right with it. And you guys are gonna put this around the Protector's Enclave.
I think that's a good place to start.
All right. So you start going about the Protector's Enclave, putting up this poster. And we'll check back in with you guys in a moment. Richard and Penn. You guys make your way. Doesn't take long to track down the Temple of Selune here. You do eventually find one. It's not as large as what you would expect. And you get the impression that perhaps the original Temple of Selune that was here might have been in one of the destroyed sections of the city, and this is an attempt to relocate.
Okay, but there's still people like there.
Yes, there are people there.
Okay, well, I guess I turned to Richard and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna go ask around to see, if not, I guess I'll give that praying thing a shot. You never know.
Maybe Selune likes warlocks who are into necromancy. You never know.
I'll name drop.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea for the second thing. You ask around, I'll look around.
You're, I mean, if he gets struck by lightning, you're a tree, so you can protect him. Anyways, so you're gonna look around. How do you want to look around? What do you want to investigate?
I think I'm just gonna kind of look for evidence that a Koshano may have been there.
Okay.
Like, that's not a very good way to say it.
There's been a Koshano here. I can smell him.
I smell the spoor.
Nah, man, I smell that
Okay.
self-righteousness and the prickery.
Savaged. Okay. All right. Which section specifically are you going to investigate? So you get in. There are some small seating areas for worship. There is, of course, the main altarpiece with a depiction of the symbol of Selûne there. It's hanging on a tapestry. And there are small private enclaves off to the side.
I will, as nonchalantly as possible. It's not very good. That's not going to work out very well. I mean, nonchalant, and you're a giant tree person. People are already staring at you, and children are going, "Mom, what's that?"
Shh, we're praying. We're doing a thing here.
So I'm just going to kind of walk around and check out some of the more private enclaves.
All right. Give me an investigation check.
Damn it! I knew you were going to say that.
Oh, that's
Really hoping perception. Only slightly better at that.
oh, that's pretty good though.
Yeah.
That's pretty good though. So you go through the enclaves. You kind of root through. And unfortunately, in the enclave areas, you don't find anything useful. You find occasionally you find in smaller altars in the enclave areas tiny rolled up notes, but when you take a look at them, they're all prayers for the moon to watch over so and so. And
I don't even think I would have touched any of the little rolled up pieces of paper.
okay,
Or just out of. I recognize a religion when I see it, and when it's not with crazy people that their religion is based around, like spider demons, I'm pretty good.
okay. There are no spider demons in your religion. I respect. Okay. So, Penn, how are you going to go about this? You said you were going to try some praying. What's plan A?
Plan A was to look for essentially I was going to ask, and if I didn't get somebody saying, I know exactly where that person was, then I'll try.
Okay. So there is a priest here.
Oh boy.
A cleric of some kind.
I just kind of put my hat down,
You
make
know,
sure
you
it's
can-
on tight.
Just before you've gone over, Richard has gone, if you need me, just like whistle.
I'll scream with my mind. You'll know.
Richard, help! He's blessing me, Richard. I'm so uncomfortable. Okay.
Oh, and so I guess I approach this cleric as confidently and looking like I don't have anything to hide.
As non-necromancer like you can.
Yeah,
Hello, I am a pious boy.
I am a good boy, so I have that going for me.
Is that your opener?
I accidentally said that out loud as I'm walking up. Is this what's happening?
No, I'm asking.
I'm just like, it's okay. It's just clear. You're fine. And I walk up and I'm like, hello. Or I'm like, hello, because I assume there's people praying in here. So I'm like, hey.
It is an older fellow. He says, moon blessings upon you, my son.
All right, you get that one. So, hey, moon blessings. I'm looking for a specific person who was in this congregation or a part of this overall thing. This is not helping. I'm looking for a follower of Selûne who is in this town who may be in trouble. I was sent here by another acolyte to try to find them. And I figured I'd start here. There we go.
Well, if any worshippers of Selune were in trouble here, then perhaps they could find sanctuary in the temple.
Have you seen, and I just described the general look of Sharp and like her name.
Cat ears.
Yeah, cat ears. What is she? I don't actually know.
She is half elven.
Half elf with ears, but they're not. It's a magic thing. And like, you know, ring a bell. Has she been here?
I would say that I would likely remember someone like that.
Okay. Well, I'll pop back around in some other time. Does I'm not with you guys. I have my own deal, but like, does Selune listen if you talk? Like, is that a thing? Do I just sit here, like, as awkward as possible? Just like, how does this work?
How does religion work? Because I can't figure it out.
Like, I have a god, but it's different.
Selune can hear all of us. She watches over us in the night sky.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go over here and pray then. Blessings upon you and all that. Moon blessings, of course. Not those sun ones, am I right? And it's just kind of. I can hear Gilbetta screaming in chat already. So yeah, I just go sit at a pew or whatever at the front and just get ready to pray.
Like, how loud was this interaction?
It is drawn a crowd. People were sitting, a couple's distract, and then they got closer because it's like a train wreck everybody wants to see.
And if any one of those clerics casts Detect Good and Evil, somebody ain't getting out of there alive.
Oh boy. I'm not evil.
Kind of...
Nope, but it shows up as undead.
It does show up as undead, but I've thought about this a lot. If a hand doesn't have enough intelligence, can it have an alignment of any kind?
Enough, sure.
It was created for a task. It has the alignment of a wrench. Like,
good point. Yeah. That's a very good point.
I'm just gonna kind of kneel next to Penn and go, "This is very smooth."
Shh, I'm trying to do this thing.
Okay. So give me Penn praying to Selune. What is this like?
You have no idea how hard it is not to be like, "What's up, Selune? It's your boy." But no.
Okay, that's kind of how Gilbetta prays. So you're using that as your point of reference.
Well, the thing is though, that's how Penn will pray, just not that far. It's still going to be that very just like, hey, so I don't know you, and you probably don't know me, but I know somebody you know, so that's a good like starting point. Gilbetta, fucking not. And I kind of like do that, like, you know what I'm talking about? Koshano the Sharp? Do these, you know?
I have to imagine you're making these gestures while you're praying.
Yeah,
eyes closed, kneeling in reverence.
And it's with awakened mind, too, because that's how I feel like you have to talk to anything that isn't there. Oh, right. That sounds like oof. Anyway,
it's accurate.
So yeah, so I'm just like waiting, and if nothing happens, I'll just keep talking.
Okay. So,
can Richard also give this a shot?
Sure, you can definitely try it. Anyone can pray as much as they want.
So Richard just kind of sits down and has his hands on his knees. Sorry, he's sitting with his legs underneath him, hands on the knees, and just kind of. I'm not sure how this works, but what would a guy need to do to get a favor? And that's the entirety of it.
We started off very similarly and ended very differently.
So, eventually, the cleric, the head cleric of this place, kind of walks over and just sits next to you both. You don't go to a lot of places like this, do you?
And I just kind of open one eye and look at him, and I'm like, no, I thought you knew that. Thought that was pretty clear. Praying.
Yeah, our thing is more, it's less boss and more sugar daddy.
And I'm just like, with a waking mind, I'm like,
But you know, religion, yeah, opiate for the masses.
This temple is to replace one that unfortunately is no longer operable in the River District. There are walls and a number of guards separating the sections of the city, including bridges, rivers. If someone were in trouble and, say, trapped in one section, they may try to go seek refuge there.
If Awakened Mind is still up, I'm just going to kind of depend. See, this is what I mean. I mean, fuck gods. This guy is just straight to the point. No signs or feelings. Just it's there.
And it's just like, shh, I'm still praying. And just real quick, because in my mind, I'm like, I don't know if that was you, but if it was, I'm going to take it. So thank you. And just be like, and I'm just going to thank the cleric, be like, thank you. I think maybe your God moved through you. And then it just all falls apart. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, but thank you. It you know what? That's what we needed. So I'm gonna count this as a win, and I'm just stand up and walk out.
Yeah, good luck, and I hope that you find her.
So, yeah, but after we get like 5 or 6 posters up, I walk over to Kithri and I say, Kithri, she's kind of... Well, let's put it this way. If your family, they're good at hiding, sometimes they piss people off, eh? I don't mean that the wrong way. I mean, all I'm saying is this isn't the kind of neighborhood she's going to be hiding in, right? We got to go over there, and I point north across the river to the Black Lake District.
Well, sure. I figured we'd put flyers up kind of all around, but start in one central place and then branch
okay,
out.
because I just don't think... You know, if I am hiding, I don't think I hide right out in the nice place like this, eh?
Well, while you guys are putting up your posters, you actually notice something.
Oh.
You keep coming across posters that say lost sister in the same places you are putting up posters. But the image on those posters looks like Lilith.
Ooh. Do you think this is our Lilith? I mean, they look pretty similar, unless we've got another like Penn situation with like evil.
Even if it is, it looks so much like ours. Maybe we start taking these posters down, eh?
Well, why would we take them down?
You get the impression that our Lilith, if she to be found, she's going to have any difficulty getting found. Eh?
Well, that's fair, but does she know that anyone's looking for her?
So maybe we take her a poster.
Wouldn't hurt.
But I still think we take the rest of them down if we can, eh?
I can feel Kithri's conflict with it.
I mean, but if somebody's legit looking for her, then...
Then we tell her, and she go find them. She knows who her sister is, eh? We're doing her a favor, taking the poster to her. And if we do that, then she knows. Then nobody else needs to know anyway, eh?
Yeah, but why wouldn't we need to take down the rest of them?
I don't want people turning her. She must be hiding, eh?
Okay, if you say so.
You don't. Maybe I'm jumped to conclusion, but like I said, if she don't want to be hid from her family, that's pretty easy to find your own family, eh? I mean, you found yours, eh?
Sure. I also knew exactly where my family was. I don't really know that much about Lilith, so I don't know. Maybe
that's true. Eh? I guess maybe. Okay, we leave them up then. Maybe for sure. I don't know.
Here, we'll take this one and I'll pull.
For sure,
down.
we take one to her, eh? Yeah, let her know. Does it say on it? Is there contact information on it anywhere?
There is a contact. It does give an address in the Protector's Enclave for any information.
Yeah, I'll pull that poster down and roll it up and replace it with one of ours.
All right. Nope, this one. All right. So, as you guys set up a, place to reconvene.
No, I don't even think we got a hotel room before we started. I did say we were going to get one in a nice hotel, but yeah.
That might have been a thing to do.
Kithri didn't care. They were buddied up.
Yeah, we're paired off. I mean, what
you
could
can talk in our head. They can talk in our head when they get back, eh? We got one each. Yeah, you got. Oh, good. At least we don't send you and Penn together. Then nobody can talk to me and Richard. Eh?
Yes, but it's not like across long distance. Well, Penn can always send us something.
Hey, Penn.
Thing. Yeah, we don't have a way of getting in touch with them.
Meanwhile, with Richard and Penn.
Yep. Meanwhile, with Richard and Penn, you guys get your information and you're sent out of the.
Penn, did we talk about where to meet?
I mean, they know where we are.
Should we, sending?
And I kind of glare at him. I was like, you do know how spell slots work, right? You're a warlock. We can't do this super often.
I can't just blow this off willy-nilly because we're lost in the city.
Yes,
How about
you know how spell slots work as well. I could destroy this entire building with just growing some trees.
Yeah.
Should I?
No. And just like
Exactly.
I shouldn't waste that. So, hey, I got a better idea. How about we go back where we were, and they'll probably do the same, because that's usually how that works. If you and your mom went two different places in the mall, what's a mall? I don't know. But,
I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but Kithri's with Guy.
But Guy is with Kithri.
I'm just going to regularly, with awakened mind, just kind of yell, Penn, Richard.
Oh, good, because I'd like to think I start walking towards where we started, and if Richard follows, when we get there, that's exactly what I'm doing, just with awakened mind, shouting like, Kithri!
I mean, that cart should be visible from quite a distance, especially with the flaming horse and the crowd it's, I'm sure, gathered by now.
Well, actually, Lady Bella takes on a cloaked form when she's in these places, the same way the cart adjusts itself to be less conspicuous, like the Gadget Mobile.
Go, telepathic communication.
Yeah, exactly. Just like that. All right. So, Guy and Kithri, where are you guys going to?
Well, probably we should get the hotel room, the ad we just put on all these posters.
Yes.
It kind of makes sense. We should get a hotel room at that place with that room number.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have done that before.
That would have been smart.
So yeah, go to that hotel. And
The last couple of days have been kind of stressful.
it's been an hell of a month.
It's been troublesome.
And I
So-
think it's only been about 30 days, I think.
You do find a hotel, and upon hearing who you're affiliated with, they give you the Spoonie Suite.
So now we have to go back and change all the poster, but that's okay.
The Spoonie Suite?
Yeah, I don't
The
know if I
Spoonie
like
Suite.
that.
What does the Spoonie Suite look like?
It looks very nice, although the door has clearly been recently reattached. But it's very nice. It has its own bar. It's got a enormous bed in it. It's got some opulent furnishings inside.
Looked like the door was kicked in because Spoonie was with someone he wasn't supposed to be.
No, it looks like the door was smashed out.
I need a quick clarification because I may have completely glossed over and forgot. Did we find each other?
No.
Okay, I just wanted to... We're not there yet.
No, you're not there yet. You guys are wandering the city, being like, shit, we should have planned or something.
I'm going to keep an eye out for those posters that they posted.
Yeah.
All right. So, while you guys are walking around town looking for those posters, the two of you actually come across a woman with a number of guards putting up her own posters. And this woman looks exactly like Lilith, except without horns and a tail. And paler skin, not purple.
And with
I'm gonna-
awakened...
Oh, no.
Uh,
You say your thing first.
with awakened mind, I say to Richard, we don't know what we're doing. You and I know that. I'm just reaffirming that you know that.
I know, I just want to see I want to see the poster they're putting up.
Okay. Me too. Why does she look like Lilith?
I have no fucking clue. Why are we whispering an awakened mind?
I don't know.
The poster she's putting up says missing sister, and it's a picture of Lilith.
Penn, I love you, but you're very loose-lipped. So,
I'm really glad you said something. And then that dog down the street started barking because I was really thinking. Why am I whispering? I was really thinking that man, maybe she just lost her sister. But now that I think about it, I don't know anything about it. So like, maybe I shouldn't say anything. I wonder why she's looking for. They do. Lilith has a sister.
apparently. But, you know, we probably shouldn't look too much into... I have a dog licking my eyeballs.
That's fine.
It's the only way to get her to stop barking.
Oh, yeah. So,
Where was I?
what are we going to do with this?
Ignore the people, I assume, Richard?
Oh, yeah, no, we should walk away.
We're going to go look for a poster, though, that looks like that one, I guess. And the other poster.
Okay.
2 posters,
Yes.
really.
Guy, have you gone out to adjust the posters for the new address?
I have not only going to adjust the posters as I go around muttering under my breath things about I know what it's like to not want to have your family find you. I'm taking down every little poster I can find.
Ho ho.
I will try and do it sneakily, but if there's 10 people looking at it, it's coming down anyway. I just won't look like me while I'm doing it. In fact, I'll look like City Guard. That's even better. I'll match the Neverwinter City Guard and walk around, just pull them down like it's part of business.
All right. So
That's a much
eventually,
better idea.
through that activity, you do come into contact with Penn and Richard. Kithri, did you go with him on this, or are you going to spend some time in the room relaxing?
I would have gone with.
Okay.
Buddy system.
Buddy system.
It's her plan. I guess we better follow it. Yeah.
Yeah, so eventually the two of you come back into contact with each other.
Hey, how did
Hey!
the temple go?
We didn't plan this out.
Yeah, we had a similar realization.
Not our strong suit, the planning. Eh? You
But
guys
hey, look,
see
we did
this?
the
And I
buddy
pull out one of
system.
the little posters and show them.
Yeah, we even saw a woman that looked remarkably like Lilith. Putting them up.
Weirdly a lot like Lilith, but minus the
Like without
tiefling.
horns and the tail and crap.
Well, you guys know tiefling aren't like, usually they're not like born, eh? Well, they are, but they're not, it's complicated, eh? It's not like
No,
just,
I'm aware.
yeah. She could have a sister who's not one, is all I'm saying, eh? But how close? Like twin sister?
If you added horns, colored her skin, and added the tail, she'd look exactly the same.
So fraternal twins.
Or almost identical.
Which is return.
I am unfamiliar with this term.
Identical and fraternal, yeah.
Richard's unfamiliar, I'm very aware.
So there's that. We didn't say anything though, because we thought about it first, and we were
I told him not to say anything.
well, we both told each other. Let's.
I,
There was a strong moment of "Hey you" and "Hey you." It was like that Spider-Man meme.
Yeah, just looking back and
fuck
forth and
is
shoving
that?
all these posters down in my backpack, yeah.
It's just like
what the hell's a meme? In Spider-Man.
Kithri is a meme.
Jagger fail, girl.
So anyway, so yeah, these weird posters, but we think we should go to the River District. There might be an old temple of Selune there. Well, there is one, but you have to get into it.
Well, that's convenient. We haven't put up posters over there, so we can tag along and put up posters and maybe, stick together. And if we do split off, have a rendezvous point.
Well, by the sound of it, that neighborhood, maybe it's best all four of us stick together, right?
Yes.
I'm okay with sticking together. I'm tired. I've been walking a lot.
I mean, who wants to be alone with me? Ugh, I don't even like it.
Oh, Richard.
As long as we don't find a cemetery on the way, I look at Penn, we should be fine. Eh?
Is there a cemetery in this town?
It's a bloody
Yes.
city. There better be a cemetery. If not, they're
Of
all
course, there's a
undead.
cemetery.
I don't know. They might give him a burial at sea.
He's so
Out the
excited
river.
he wanted to focus.
I know it. It hurts. There we
There
go.
you go.
All right.
So yeah, we should. Where is that on the map, by the way? Like where he pointed us to?
Where he pointed you guys to is in this area here.
Oh, I'm less excited, but okay. All right. Well, that's a long ways away.
So it's getting later in the evening at this point.
Should we go to sleep? Should we go to
We
bed?
got to at least stay here long enough to see if anybody respond to the poster. Right?
But
Do
I'm
you want
saying,
Charming Richard for that, or do you want someone else to do that?
I'm thinking maybe I look like a duck for a while and talk to people that show up. Eh?
That sounds wonderful.
Duck?
are you a druid?
Well, no, and I snap my fingers and I'm covered in white feathers and got a big fake, like a
It's,
beak.
you know, like a duck.
A little metallic blue Speedo.
Yeah.
Flip flops. Yeah.
I don't like that.
Well, we're not really looking for people to hire, are we?
Yeah,
I
but
figured this put them off. Eh?
Well,
Quack, quack.
definitely.
I mean, you never know. There might be that one person, but
I want to see how many.
Well, then
people
I
can
just
trick
asked the
into
rest of you
dancing
to leave
for
the
me.
room, eh? Ah.
well, if it walks like a duck. Anyway. Well, do we want to do this? Do you want to? Oh God, I don't know. I kind of wanted to go to the temple now, even though it's getting late. It might be
Oh, let's
easier.
do it. Sleep
might
is
be-
for the weak.
Easier to get past the guard at night because all the sections of the city are divided.
Why do you need to get past the guard? Then I switch back to me.
Because all the sections of the city are divided. I thought I said
But do
that.
they like have curfews?
I don't know. I don't know anything about Waterdeep. I know a lot about the Waterdeep wood.
Good thing we're not in Waterdeep.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a good thing we're not in
I don't know anything about this place either.
It's like
Your GPS
shittier.
is screwed by about 500 miles, eh?
The only thing better than about this place is that well, no, that's not a good thing to most people.
Well, why don't we head to the river district? Because then, we can put up posters. So then, people see them. Probably they'll come tomorrow and not tonight. And two birds, one stone.
Can go
Yep.
and check that other one out, eh?
Absolutely.
Whew.
And yeah, as a thought out of a column on the right side of my brain said maybe the night is a good time to go to the Church of the Moon, eh?
Could be.
Gonna get that moon on.
All right.
Speaking of which, you guys go to a church, eh?
Yeah, that was
How did
weird.
that go?
I look at Richard. He don't burst into flames?
No, what happened was better.
Oh, tell
I
us on the
proceed
way.
to I proceed to tell them the story of Penn's amazing interaction with the priest.
It was remarkable in every sense of the word.
Yeah, so Guy's just cackling the whole way for sure. Absolutely. Loving every second of that.
I have no idea what kind of relationship Penn and Richard have. I just know it's a very weird one.
Oh yeah, no, it's bizarre. All right.
One moment I'm threatening to kill you, the next moment I'm making fun of you like a brother.
That sounds
That
like
sounds like brothers.
Yeah,
that
that's-
sounds about right. Yeah.
This sounds like most family I've had. Okay, so as you guys make your way to the river district, you're gonna cross over some of these ruined bridges. There's still one good one.
Yep.
It's getting quite late, and it's very immediate. You can tell, like, this is a functioning city, and this is a bombed out ruin. And the tone and the feeling of everything changes almost instantaneously. And you can feel wherever you go, you are being regarded much like a predator carefully examines prey before making the decision to attack.
I will walk with one hand, like, on my sword.
Are we on the
I'm not
cart
even
or
gonna.
walk?
I'm not even gonna click the thing. You know what I'm going to do.
Oh yeah. I know
Yeah,
exactly what you're gonna do.
I'm walking like a rhino, man. Like, bring it.
I've.
right down the
I'm-
middle of the street.
I'm not moving any differently than I usually do, but I've turned into the horrifying fae. That
All right. Everybody's put on their mean faces.
And then
Except for
there's
Penn,
me.
who's probably.
But it's like they're poor, and I was like,
I'm not going to kill them. I just don't want them to fight us.
Yeah, no, Penn's got his bag moved slightly to the inside of the group more than anything.
yeah, you guys wouldn't be in the cart. The cart has to be stored at a cart house at the gate. So this would be on foot.
Oh boy.
So you
I
guys
was imagining,
got the
like,
address, eh?
old-timey Disney music and just Penn walking around, little tiny bounce of step.
So, because you guys are all putting on your mean faces, the number of brigands kind of watching you guys from these destroyed and boarded up buildings on all sides, most of them regard you as the kind of target that perhaps they should not venture an attack on.
Ones that don't.
He said
Go a little
most.
bit Joker. Just pull out the mace and just walking down the street, talking to it. Go
Yeah.
happy, sad, happy, sad, happy, sad, happy, sad.
I
Staring
just
off
want him
into
to get within,
shadows.
like 10 feet of me.
If I see Richard or if I see Kevin Gee doing that, I will pick up on it and I'll pull Handy out of my hat and I'll just be like, I have an undead hand.
Oh no! It's like the IT crowd all over again.
Little low, little lower.
Yeah. Penn, you're
Like,
drawing attention rather
We're-
than
I
trying
can't do
to
anything
deter.
right. It's
Isn't this spooky?
I've got a gun! I've got a ready gun!
just Handy like this.
It's okay, man. You be you.
I've grown a tail at this point, and it's just hitting across the street.
So, most people are giving you a wide berth, and you get deeper and deeper, and eventually you cross over from the Black Lake District into the River District, and even here, the presence of the brigands thins considerably. Because they themselves do not even like to go this deep in.
Yeah, maybe here we go a little quieter. Right? Penn, if someone show up, you don't even say anything. You just throw the hand. Throw the hand at them, eh?
No, I love this hand. How do you think
Well,
it
Andy.
works? Pocket hand.
Fucking hand.
I
Oh,
was
we need to
imagining
get you
money-
like a string,
I was-
so you throw him and then pull him back. Eh?
Ooh, now that.
I was thinking like the John Mulaney bit, when they clip, "You want it? Go get it!"
But either way, yeah, maybe from here we kind of go in the shadows a little bit. Eh?
Yes.
So
I grow down a bit of the bioluminescent plant life.
the shiny bits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's less glowing and just more.
You get deeper and deeper into this place, and more destroyed buildings, some torn right down to the foundation, just scattered bits of ruin all around you. It starts to get darker and darker, and there are no torch-lit streets here. There are the odd fires illuminating the ruins of these destroyed buildings. But overall, it's very dark, very isolating. And ever so often, you hear the sound of a board falling to the ground or a bit of rubble crumbling. And let's get some perception checks going.
I am gonna ask the others too while we're doing this. I'm like, do I can cast Produce Flame, but I don't know if I should. But it's
I
really
was
dark.
gonna ask about getting a light.
You can
Okay.
light up this whole area for sure.
Well, yeah. If you ask, then I've got Produce Flame in my hand. So.
I was about to
And
start lots of tiny fires.
perception.
That's fascinating, actually.
Ain't it though?
Like, what are the odds?
That's not what I wanted.
No, that wasn't it. So, dropping my dice. Everyone else, you see some shadows moving against the backdrops of these various burnt out buildings and things. Kithri, you see what appears to be an emaciated humanoid form, pale gray of skin, darting quickly between alleyways and destroyed buildings.
We've got a follower, and I'll try and like describe where it is.
Okay.
Grab what it looks like.
Yeah.
Fuck.
What is? Do I know what that is? Do we know what that is?
I don't know, do you? You gotta give me a check and I can tell you. If you give me that arcana.
Aye, Captain.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh,
I have a good idea.
You know,
Richard doesn't know shit.
thank God for Kithri, guys. I'm just gonna let
Well, makes sense. I actually saw it.
Yeah, it looked kind of like a ghoul.
Yeah.
Oh, Richard is much less agitated now. If you share this information.
Yes.
there's a mix of emotion.
It's like starry-eyed.
It's like, oh, and then I remember those will mess you up.
Yeah, those are bad news. Those are bad news bears.
So
Richard
maybe
was
the
convinced
safest place to be is in the church, even if it's not, maybe there's still some residual consecration.
Maybe we should double time to church.
Yeah. I'll just pull my cloak a little closer.
Richard, I'm altering my Fey form slightly,
Okay.
just so I can run on all fours.
All right. So are we proceeding with caution towards the church?
Caution or alacrity? I thought we had decided on alacrity.
Our alacrity it is.
I was looking around asking, is that what we decided on? Okay.
Can we do cautious alacrity?
You can certainly try.
I sprint silently through the darkness.
Or to run. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to even try. If it is a ghoul, there's a good chance I'm drawing its attention, because it's wood clashing against stone.
So you guys make your way up to the church, and the whole time a shadow moves. There's a sound. It feels like you're being hunted. Once you finally arrive at this place, you're startled to find that, in fact, the doors are intact. There's large sections, the roof is torn off, a bunch of the building is in ruins, but the doors are still intact. These big cathedral-style wooden doors.
I'm going to try the most obvious thing and try to see if I can just open it.
Yeah. All hail Salune.
You push it open. Inside, there are 5 people crouched around a campfire. And they all turn to you and they say, "Close the door." And we're going to stop right there. And we're going to take a little break. Then we're going to come back.
Before we go to break, a few things this week. We're trying something new with the... Well, first of all, thank you to Dipper-Dog15 for this beautiful new overlay we have. Quite lovely.
Lovely.
Check her out in the chat. Go see her things on her various channels. But also want to let you know that we're going to be running some commercials during the break this week, because we're now allowed to do that as affiliates. It's a thing that Twitch has opened up to us. Don't worry, the break won't be any longer than normal, and will still feature a wonderful video, a recent one by Roll for Initiative, that I think you'll all find quite useful in your next character creation efforts. But Don't be alarmed by the commercials all, and stick with us. It helps our channel out if we're able to slip these things in without disrupting the viewing experience. But we'll be back after this break. Welcome back, kiddies. I hope that those ads didn't bother you too much. Please understand, it's very good for us. You still got a video. So, on that note, don't forget, it's that time of the month to re-up those Prime subscriptions if you've been neglecting it. Or if, you just want to join us anew, we do have lots of things coming out. A Patreon, for example. I'll get the link up there in a moment. But lots of rewards available, fun extra stuff from the show. It's getting pretty serious around here. Anyway, speaking of getting serious, who are those 5 people? Too many warlocks.
Welcome back. When last we left our heroes, they had endeavored out to a old temple of Selune in hopes of finding Koshano the Sharp. They found they were being hunted by some ghoulish creatures, perhaps ghouls. And then, once they arrived inside, they found a group of 5 people inside. And we engage that scene now in progress.
All right, then. Richard is closing the doors after everyone's gotten in.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, reach behind me and close the doors for sure.
All right.
Hello. We're looking for someone.
Yeah?
Yes, and I will. First of all, what does everyone look like?
Yes.
Yeah, I am confused.
So, there are 2 humans, a dwarf, a half-elf, and what appears to be a full-blooded elf.
Half elf look like.
Sharp?
Sharp. Yes.
No, it's a man.
Okay.
There's one male human, one female human. The half elf is a man, and the full elf is also a man, and the dwarf is a man as well.
And what kind of elves? And I hate asking this so often.
From your guess, it's probably a sun elf.
Cool. No crazy Richard rages.
Yeah, we're looking for Koshano the Sharp. Or sorry.
Yep, that's
Is that right? Yep. Okay.
And they kind of look at each other. We haven't really seen anybody out here. The one human closest to the fire is the one speaking to you. He's like, we were doing an adventuring job. The ghouls are really riled up right now, so we thought it might be a good idea to camp here for the night.
I use Mask of Many Faces to turn into Sharp, and I want to see their response.
Give me an insight check.
Was almost reasonable.
The dwarf raises an eyebrow. And Richard, you are the only one who sees it.
So seeing no response, I drop it back to Guy.
Seem to raise an eyebrow. Just whispering that to Guy.
So what were you doing out here?
Just an adventuring job. Really, we should probably do introductions. I'm Daniel. This is Durog. He points to the dwarf. And Selena. And the guy out in the shadows over there, he's Shane. And the other one is our wizard. His name is Mason.
You said you were on an adventure. What the hell you are adventuring out there?
No, some people like to get, lost goods, that sort of thing.
I'm gonna pretend to hear a sound very quickly and just kind of turn towards the door and drop the sword through my hand.
All right.
Do go on.
Well, we were just, we were on a job. Somebody had some heirlooms that they left behind in one of their estates out here, and we're supposed to go back and see if it's still there. We were given a hiding place, place to check it out.
I want to make an insight check and see if this guy's telling me.
So what possessed you to come out here and do this at night? Whew. Especially the humans, you don't see shit out there right now.
Those are some terrible insight checks. It wasn't our best toss, but
There we go.
Yeah, we're a little light on money right now. So I mean, we couldn't really afford a night at the inn. So we figured if we got this wrapped up quick, but sun got away from us, and we had to find a place to hide before the ghouls got on us. So, Richard, with your insight, you can tell, for one, the human that was talking to you lied. He said that he implied that everyone was different classes, different professions. Three of the people here are bards.
All right, let's cut the crap. Who are you?
Just some adventurers trying to seek refuge here. It's
Eldritch blast is beginning to form around the sword, and it's two of them, so they're just kind of snaking their way around in a very green, bright glow.
He hasn't hit anybody in almost 24 hours, eh? He's got the fuse like this long. I don't give a shit who you are, but you are not who you say you are, or he wouldn't be so on edge. Just tell us who you are, eh? I don't care.
the guy in the back who was sticking towards the shadows says, "All right, wasn't a job. I was out here looting. I ran into these guys. Figured there's strength in numbers. We all got together and we had to hide in here. I don't know what the rest of them are doing here. And the girl speaks up. She says, "We're on a private mission."
And who would that be for?
And the dwarf says, "Me."
I'd look at Richard to confirm that, like, this is the one you were telling me about.
Yeah.
So you're the boss, eh? I guess we should talk to you. When I did this, and I turned back into Sharp again, he said you twitched, eh?
Well, it's a neat trick.
Oh, come on, you've seen this trick 1,000 times, eh? And I look like him.
I don't know. Maybe you and I run in different circles, friend.
Not when you're traveling with bards.
No, we don't really want any trouble. We're just looking
Oh,
Yeah.
I do.
somebody.
Does anybody
So-
notice things got really tense in here?
Oh, don't worry, we'll send Woody out to fight some ghouls in a little bit. I just want to know who we're sharing the damn building with, eh?
Look, we don't mean any harm to anyone.
Same here.
We just going about our business, and we want to keep refuge in here. It's a big cathedral. There's more than enough room for all of us.
Yeah, there is. I think maybe we have a look around, eh?
Yeah, look all you like.
Start.
And
We
everybody,
just buggered off. Yeah, wait a minute, they're buggering off.
yeah. Once this relaxes, everybody kind of repositions themselves.
I'm standing just kind of where I am.
I've got 120 feet of dark vision, so I'm assuming I can see pretty much all of these guys. So,
Oh, yeah, I'm lighting them up for you guys.
yeah.
I'll pull out a torch and light it. So I can
Produce flame.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You want to not have to carry that?
Sure.
Pick something you want to glow.
Pull out my sword.
Bam, your sword now has light cast on it.
Yay.
So for the next hour, it's glowing 20 feet plus 20 feet dim. So you got a 40-foot view range now. I should probably have started doing that about 5 levels ago, but you know, better late than never. Eh? I never need it. I finally found some place to use it.
Cool.
So let's leave these trustworthy fellows up here and go have a look around these ruins, eh?
Absolutely.
These 3 faces are looking back at me like,
I want to start looking around for like signs that other people have been here.
Sure. Give me that investigation check.
Do.
There's probably been a lot of people through here. It looks a lot like this place has been overturned by looters pretty hard. And if you look out the windows and you can see, you know, don't go through the windows. Get back inside, Penn.
Oh, that's a window. I thought it was a hall.
Penn leaps out a window and runs away. into the street.
I smell a cemetery. There's one down here somewhere.
And yeah, you can see it's just pitch black outside. When you shine your light out there, you can see a little bit of the streets. And occasionally you hear sounds against the door. But overall, in terms of, who has been in the building, it looks like there's been a lot of people here.
So you guys been here for a while. There's doors or something you find, maybe downstairs or something?
I haven't looked around a lot.
You are like the least adventurers I ever seen in my whole life, eh?
Man, there's a ton of ghouls out there. Like,
I'm not talking about out there. I'm not talking about out there. You set up a camp in the place and you don't look to see if there's a way in.
Yeah, I open a hole and there's probably more ghouls in there.
And they say bards are not good to gather a whole bunch together, right? I mean, warlocks is what I meant to say, sorry. They say warlock are not too good when you got too many of them together.
Yeah?
We'll just fix that in editing.
Yeah.
I'm just making my way around the room.
Oh, yeah. Check it all out. These stone items here, they're like ceremonial sarcophaguses. Each one of them appears to be empty.
That's good.
I want to go up on this is the altar up at the front here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go up there. Is that the well, that's not the shadowy dude that's sitting there, right? That's one of
No, that's the guy they said was the wizard.
Right.
I'm gonna take one of the posters out, and I'll go. Yeah, I'll put it up on the altar.
He's still doing. He's adorable. He goes, well, I mean, that's.
This was a good idea. Whether she was here or not, this was a good idea.
Somebody might see it. You never know.
I'm actually looking behind the altar, trying to find if there's any secret passages or anything.
Okay. Give me an investigate on that altar.
I figure Salune is kind of a moon god. They're kind of mysterious people. So 16.
All right. 16. Look it over. And you do find a piece of paper. Like somebody would tuck a prayer.
I keep it behind the altar so that the wizard can't see it and just kind of roll it open with my thumbs and have a look down.
It says there's 3 of them.
There's 3 of them. Boy, do I ever wish I had Oleg in mind. Yeah, he just starts running his fingers around looking for more.
Okay.
And making sure I tuck that one someplace nice and safe, and with my coins in my coin purse. Yeah.
All right.
There's 3 of them.
Look at this hole.
This Penn from the back of the room. There's a hole here. Hello.
I'll come.
Is there something in the hole?
It's very dark down there.
Can I drop Produce Flame down there?
The dwarf walks over. I don't know if you want to do that, son. Sometimes you find something you don't want to find.
Can I insight check that?
Absolutely. It seems legit to you, man.
What is that... Do you know what made this hole?
A gray creature leaps out of the hole and onto the dwarf.
Oh.
This is why you always have to have a dwarf with you.
It jumps onto him, and the force of it leaping out of the hole pins him to the ground. As its claws sink into him, you can see his body slowly grow stiff, and it bites into him over and over again. His blood begins to squirt out all over the floor of the cathedral, and he's screaming in pain.
There
We're
was
an initiative,
You're
people.
standing there
Yeah, kill
doing
them both. Kill them both.
He's standing there with exactly that look on his face.
Nope.
Yeah, probably smart.
Oh God.
There
Been
is-
so long
heck,
since we
man?
did this, my
Damn
dice
it.
were all dusty.
Yeah, right?
I was the only one ready.
You were so
That
ready.
is, once again, narratively consistent dice.
The only person who was more ready than you was the ghoul.
Of course.
That's okay. It's full of dwarf.
Yeah, no, he's enjoying a dwarf sandwich right now. A dwarf kebab.
The thing with a dwarf kebab is you only need a short stick.
Ah! And there we go. All right. So he continues to gnaw on the dwarf. Now it's Kithri's turn.
I'm gonna stabby.
All right.
It's right there. So there's
Give
the
him-
first attack.
Give him that stabby.
Stab in.
All right, you stabby him. The guttural cry of pain as ichor drips from the wound as you give it a hard thrust, and it turns its attention to you.
All right, now that it's staring at me, I'll stab it in the face.
All right. Just as it screams and raises its arms ready to make an attack against you, another thrust places your blade firmly through its skull, and it just stops. And the arms go limp, and it just hangs there off your blade for a little bit.
Oh, that's not so bad. And does it look dead?
It looks super dead.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I mean, it's already dead.
I don't want to leave Penn. Yeah, I'm gonna stay there.
He's a big boy.
Hey.
No, he's not.
I can handle my undead.
No,
You,
you can't.
you stay there. There's a shout from the back, and everyone rushes over. They're saying, "Cover the hole!"
With what?
Oh,
Use the
And
pews.
they're grabbing these pews, and they're coming over. All right. So after that, we go to Penn.
Well, is there anything else happening?
These guys are grabbing pews and running over to cover up this hole.
How's the dwarf doing?
Less than good.
Is he dead?
Unhealthy. You could do a medicine check to find out.
Let's do that, because I would like to heal him, but I also don't want to, waste it.
Yeah, he seems pretty dead. What you're looking for is numbers higher than 10.
Well,
that's-
okay, I have a healer feat. Do I get any kind of,
This is like a check to see somebody's status. So I mean, maybe next time.
Oh, man. Okay, well, I guess I'll leave that be then, and... I don't even know, man. I don't know what to do. I don't want to... I guess I'm gonna help grab a pew, because that seems like the thing to do.
Okay. Hey, that rhymes.
So I'll grab this and help them pull it over.
Okay. Next up is after Penn, we go with Richard.
I'm gonna pretty much walk over to this fella who just ran over to here,
Yep.
and he's gotten within 10 feet of me, so he has to make
Okay.
a wisdom save.
Okay. Okay.
Was it above 14?
He's okay.
Okay. And it's just gonna be kind of a...
And where do you think you're going?
Far away from whatever's happening over there.
I'm pretty much just gonna get him to tell him to grab a pew.
Tell him to grab a pew? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to do that as a like command or an intimidation or
I guess I'll do it as an intimidation.
Sure. All right. Yeah, all right. And on his turn, he'll head over there and grab a pew.
Yeah. And how many? Yeah, no, I don't think I can move anymore.
All right. After that, we go to Guy.
All right. I leap over the altar. You want a dex check to see if I fall down before I do anything?
Give me an athletics check. It doesn't have to be a high number. Let's see what happens. Give me athletics or acrobatics, whichever you prefer.
Oh, they're
both terrible. Like oh, it wasn't a high number, but it was a higher number than that. So yeah. You leap and you thought you've made it, but the bottom of your foot catches it and you tumble head over heels.
Okay, so I stand back up using half my movement, which means I've only got like 10 feet left, which is all I need. I get down here by the fire, and then I reach down, grab a burning brand out of the fire, yell out, "Push that dwarf back in the hole before it change!" And I try and throw the burning brand into the hole.
Okay. Give me a ranged attack. So add just D20 plus your dexterity modifier plus.
I just used a dagger roll because
sure that'll work.
Fling, right?
That's a fling. All right, that's a long ways. I'm gonna say you get close, but you don't quite make it there. We'll say you get around here.
Yeah, but I scream out, "Push the dwarf in the hole before he come back," because he's not sure what undead things make other things come back, but he's not taking any chances right now.
He's not gonna come back. That's not how it works. One of the other guys shouts.
I'm sure I can reaffirm or deny this claim.
All right.
I'm not trusting anybody that hangs out with a squiggle. I mean, that thing is a squiggle. That's not even a person.
That's a cloak.
Squiggle, man.
It's a okay. Not having his argument. Back to
like somebody changed it with a Sharpie.
Back to the top of the round. The dwarf gurgles and blood comes out, and the ghoul lays there. Go back to Kithri.
I'm gonna try and toss the ghoul into the hole.
It's fairly light. Give me a strength. Give me an athletics check to flip it over. It's not a big number.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you tumble it back down the hole.
Don't worry, it's not a big number. And you failed.
Yeah, I guess so.
That seems to be the theme of tonight.
We've been down that road before.
Yay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
And I'm going to cast True Strike and just kind of stand there.
Stand ready.
Over the hole. Yeah.
Okay. All right. These guys move a pew over and they cover it up. And they both sit on top of it.
Target.
Oh, you need to, because True Strike, you got to cast it on the thing.
Are you pointing in the hole?
Yeah.
Don't you come out of there.
It's an action, so technically you could hold your action to cast True Strike on the first thing you see coming out of the hole?
So they cover up the hole with the pew, and they both sit on top of it to kind of keep it covered. And the lady, Selena, she comes over and she closes the eyes of the dwarf and kind of leans in close to him and folds his arms on his chest.
You got the big hammer that looked like the moon, lady?
No.
This building special to you in any way?
Not to me. But, I mean, he was our friend.
Sorry, we couldn't help him in time.
It's part of the job. Kithri and Penn, I need you both to make a perception check for while she did this. And we're temporary suspension of initiative until new targets show.
Please continue sweating until the captain tells you otherwise.
Yeah. Penn, you're not super familiar with prayers. But it didn't sound like she was saying a prayer when she leaned over to him. It's almost like she was just whispering. It just seemed weird to you.
Wait, did we get the impression originally that that's what she was doing? I thought she was just leaning in to close his eyes and stuff.
Yeah, she definitely said something while she was down there. Originally, you thought it was a prayer, but after you kind of roll it around in your mind a couple times, it's that didn't quite. I don't know a lot about praying, but that didn't seem like a prayer.
Did I hear any of it?
No, you didn't catch it.
I'm gonna make my way just a little closer to everyone.
This guy stops heading over to the pew and just leans back up against the sarcophagus and says, "See, it's no big deal. They have it."
The arrogance! I want to stab him.
Check a plate before you.
Hello,
head
rejects
in.
of Praetor. Thanks for the visit.
Thanks for the visit.
With awakened mind to the others, I'm just gonna say something's not quite right with her.
Oh,
Not
finally,
right,
somebody
indeed.
opened up Awakened Mind. There was a piece of paper in the altar, and it said, "There's 3 of them, and I don't know what it means."
My eye, like, there's a moment where it was just like letting people know that it's just like my head is just rattling with that. Okay. 3 of them. What's
Did you hear me? I said something really important. Everybody's just being quiet in their heads.
I heard you.
What the fuck's the make of any of
Reply
this?
Awaken Mind. We heard you. I just don't know what that has to do with anything.
What? And to her, I guess I turn and I said, "What prayer was that? I happen to be a follower of Selune, and I don't recognize any prayer like that." And I'm just like,
The world's worst liar, and he's at it again.
She just kind of casually walks past you and she turns to you and she says, "It was a personal prayer." And she goes back to the fire. And then this one follows. And this one says, "Yeah, no, it's cool. I'll just hold the bench down."
Richard, can you do anything? I mean, if I sit on it, it's not going to do jack shit.
"Can you grow it into the ground through the tile?"
But I should be able to do something like this.
This is like heavily lacquered, like super
Oh, yeah,
downwood.
there's no way it's going to ever live. But I do cast plant growth.
Okay.
Not on the bench, but kind of on the ground and the stone and everything that's just around the area to create kind of like a grassy interlocking.
Just trying to get the roots to like
Kind
close
of
it up.
intercross so that, yeah.
All right. Just throw that up. And it's like, thanks. At least somebody cares about not being devoured by the undead tonight.
guy
guy on the bench.
stabbed it?
Well, and you know what? Thanks. Sorry, I'm just a little on edge. I thought it would be an easy night, go loot some houses, and now I'm trapped here with a bunch of fucking weirdos. And there are monsters outside. It's not my best day.
Okay, I'm a little tired of all this. So I'm gonna walk up to the fire.
Okay.
Everyone except for Guy has to make a wisdom save.
Okay.
Yeah, and around the fire, I mean.
Yeah.
No, not everyone needs to make a wisdom save. I should be able to see it in their eyes if they're afraid already. Are they?
No. And it's almost disturbing how unaffected they are by this.
I know what they
Like,
are.
you've seen people resist this, but this is like they almost think less of you because of the attempt from the look that they're giving.
It's not even an attempt, it's just a walkover.
Yeah.
Here's-
No, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead and finish your thought.
Well, I was just saying that. I mean, it's they just don't. It doesn't even register.
Is this the same complete failure to register that I saw when I tried to cast suggestion on Koshano, the cat bastard?
Oh, now
Because
this
he
is
didn't
a
even
question.
blink. Like it didn't phase him at all. He was utterly immune to it. And I see when he walks up in Fey form and they don't even blink. Is it the same?
Yeah.
Can I tell?
Oh, yeah. It is just like that.
Yeah, I'm a little tired.
Ooh, Kevin just got a cold chill down his back. I'm trying to figure out how much Guy knows. Well, he knows he hates the cat. That's all that matters.
Yeah, Richard is in decapitating range.
Are we still in Awakened Mind?
I imagine you would be. I mean, you got Penn and Kithri over there by themselves, but
Okay, nobody helped last time. Maybe this time is different. These guys, they are the same kind of crazy mental powers like the Koshano was when he make me dance for him all that night. You know how I make people do stuff? I make him do it, and he don't even have to resist it. Bounce off. These guys are the same. When Richard tried to scare them with the big tree face thing there.
Koshano the Wild is under a form of drow influence. Brainwashing, if you would.
Oh, for fuck's sake, they're all bards.
and in fact, you do know that the two at the fire, or Richard, you know this because you detected the lie. The two at the fire are bards, and the one that professed to be a wizard is a bard.
And the one who professed to be a wizard is at the hole?
Actually,
He's
no, it's
he's
this
the one
guy
sitting on
here.
the sarcophagus, right? The one that you
Okay,
were talking
cool.
to, yeah.
So what are three bards doing traveling here?
I don't know, but they should get their own fucking show, eh?
Which one is the one that's not a bard?
The
What
one
am I
that's sitting on
talking
the
to?
pew at the hole.
Somebody better start answering some questions or I'm gonna start cutting off heads.
I am going to awaken mind to the one that's sitting with me at the hole. Say, do you know the Ballad of Wild?
As soon as you get into his head and deliver the message, the next reply back from him is, "We need to get out of here."
to the rest of the party, say, this place is no longer safe. You need to go.
Yeah, one bard I can't control is one too many. I'd rather take my chances with the ghouls.
When I found them, they had a girl with them.
Back, say, where
This is still all in
did
Awakened
she
Mind.
go?
We can all hear.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he looks at you and gestures with his eyes over to the sarcophagus that the one guy's leaning on.
Okay.
Yeah,
just
I'll
gonna
hear
walk.
this.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk.
Was that an all-round awakened mind, or was that just him and Kithri?
Up to Kithri.
Because there was several awakened minds kind of going at
Yeah.
the same time.
I would have been relaying that.
You relay it to the party line?
Yeah,
So
but
I've
not
made my
have
way in.
everybody on.
Before you attack anybody, because I already know as Richard's moving to do what I know Richard's going to do, I pour my flask out of water and get Armor of Agatha up. Casually, of course.
I will-
And
no,
the dude sitting on the pew looks more and more nervous. He is sweating bullets.
Yeah, I'm gonna put one hand on the guy's shoulder
I'm
that's
going.
in front on the sarcophagus. Keith, if you have something to do, do it now.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Armor of Shadows. On myself.
Cool.
Okay.
With the greatsword, I just go through him.
Okay.
Okay.
And if that doesn't work, I'll do it again.
We are initiating initiative, but you go ahead and make your second swing for that big old surprise round.
Are we re-rolling initiative?
No, we're going back into what we had before.
Did the first one hit?
No.
Yep.
He dodges to the side. The second one hits and he takes damage from it and he begins to bleed.
Oh, I'm not done yet, though. So I'm also rolling 3d8s
Okay.
for 16.
All right. So you cut into him, and then he gets the blast from the fairy smite. And then we go back to the top of the round with Kithri. And this dude just says, "Oh fuck," the moment that happens.
I am going to shout out, "You two, stay exactly where you are," and I'm going to cast. If it will work. Hold person on the two guys by the fire.
All right. And they've got to make a wisdom save, or
Yep.
Wisdom save, yes.
okay. So
14.
all right, they are held. So they're held in place. You gonna move or?
Yes. Sorry.
No, I'm just checking.
I'm just going to run up to the fire there.
Okay.
Higgy. That's my
Did-
turn.
And now that you
across the fire,
get this close and see that you've held them, they both have their one hand on weapons and one hand on a instrument of some kind. Hey, now it's their go. First thing he does, this guy, is he flashes of steel and goes to take a slash at you, Richard.
Cool. I'm gonna take that like no one's business because That's gonna hit. I guarantee.
All right. Well, I mean, it's a 13.
Yes.
All right. And I need you to make a Constitution save.
God damn it. That's not good enough.
All right. So you take 11 piercing damage. And then you take 15 damage from the poison. Next up,
Yeah.
we've got Penn.
That was a pregnant pause.
So each square is 5 feet, right?
Yeah.
15, 20, 25, 30. All right, well, I guess I'll do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I guess I'll be right here.
Okay.
And I'm going to see this happen to Richard and be upset because, that's who I am. And I saw Richard stab him, though, and I'm feeling spooky. I don't know, something about this place in this town, and I just feel like I could do something different. So I just kind of point at him, and a bell rings out.
Oh.
Told the dead.
What level do we cast at? 3rd, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't do it. Okay, well, we'll just do it by...
They got to make a wisdom saving throw, or they take...
Oh no, you just take. Is it 2d8 or 2d12 that you're doing?
It's a wisdom save or take 1d8 unless they're already damaged, in which case they take 1d12.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
Well then. I do that wisdom save and...
Or pardon me, you're at 3rd levels. Oh no, not until you.
It's only at 5th.
5th level.
We're at 5th, so yeah,
it's
2d8, 2d12. Pardon me, yeah, but still.
He gets a 12 on his save.
And that's against my spell save DC, which is 15.
Okay, not so much.
So he takes 2d12, which I will roll.
All right.
I'm trusting you, Guy, because I did not read that.
Oh yeah.
21 necrotic damage. And I'm feeling like I'm at home.
He is destroyed. You toll that bell and he begins to rot away in front of Richard.
I'm gonna cough up some blood and give Penn a kind of a thumbs up as I'm coughing up more blood.
All
right.
Richard.
After Penn, we go to Richard.
Yeah. Really not happy that you made me use up one of the spell slots I had.
Did somebody said she's in the sarcophagus, right? In Awakened Mind?
The guy nervously darted his eyes over there, and I mentioned Kithri.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have said she's in the sarcophagus.
Yeah, I rip open the sarcophagus.
All right. It doesn't take much. You tear off the top, and inside there is a injured woman in a cat suit, and she does not have cat ears instantiated on her head.
That's because
But she
she's
matches the
unconscious.
description of Koshano the Sharp.
Are we still in initiative?
Yeah, these guys are held.
Yeah,
They're
still
not.
here, yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sir, I need to check my damned abilities. Okay.
There was one
so
of these
much
from down in the. I saw somebody wanted to say something.
Oh no,
So
I was
I'm-
just saying it's 1 minute.
Yeah.
Ah,
So I
yes,
mean,
okay.
that's all right. So yeah, you open it up. She's in there. Next
Yeah.
up.
I walk over to where I've just moved,
Okay.
and I'm gonna do green fire blade, green flame blade.
Okay.
It will actually click.
wait, I'm so confused. What's going on with initiative? I'm very confused.
No, look. I mean, he's still. I mean, you don't have an attack left anymore because you open
Gotcha.
sarcophagus,
Okay.
but you've got you can light up your blade. But next up is
God damn it! Give me a second, because it's
Okay.
This is just the dumbest shit.
well, you're out of actions.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
you
never
opened
mind.
the- yeah, you opened the sarcophagus,
I'm
right?
moving back to the sarcophagus.
Okay,
Oh, that's why. That's so fucking stupid. Okay,
there you go.
never mind.
All right. So yeah, Guy, you're up.
I reach to the guy in the black cloak
Okay.
and just tip him into the fire.
All right. That doesn't really require anything because he's held.
Yep. That's my action, and for my movement, I will walk right past this guy because he can't do a damn thing about it, and I will go and see if I can't pull this, or at least get over there to prepare to pull the young lady out of the sarcophagus.
All right.
Cloaky McSquiggle faces in the fire.
Okay, Cloaky McSquizzle faces in the fire. And we go back to the top of the round.
Me?
Not quite.
Okay. Oh no.
Because at the back of the cathedral.
Yep.
And the dwarf is standing, blood dripping from the gaping wound down the front of him.
I fucking told you. He's
Now,
come back.
who are you? And then he changes and begins to grow into this ghastly, horrific smile. The name's Kismet, kids, and you have no idea what you're messing with.
Did Koshano?
This guy freaks the fuck out and starts backing up.
Did Koshano specifically mention that name to us?
And it is a big, horrifying clown. And he says, "You've disabled all of my puppets. I guess we'll have to engage the endgame protocol." And at that utterance, the flesh on the remaining bards seems like it begins to boil, and they begin to grow and distort.
Oh no.
All right, we're still in initiative. Kithri, it's your turn.
We need to go.
I'm going to stab the one that's not in the fire. I don't know. So, I guess that should be with advantage.
Because he's held.
He's held.
Yeah, I mean, he is held.
All right, so I'll roll that one again. That did better.
All right. Much better. All right, you cut into him.
And then I will stab him again.
All right.
Ooh.
Even more damage. Cutting into them. They begin to change and grow and distort some more.
Penn's right. Time to go. And I'm running.
Okay.
She thinks it's you because it's usually you that make the smarter decision.
Oh. You just ran past Kismet.
That was Kismet?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
Kismet.
I'm sorry. I would not have run.
Okay, I'm just gonna say, like, the dwarf.
Elder God,
here
Elder God, hi,
is
how you doing?
Sorry, I thought
Yeah.
I thought he was behind the altar.
Oh no, he's up at the entrance here, where the dwarf was laying.
I mean, we gotta go to the entrance, so I'm gonna go this
Well, I
way.
mean, there are 4 windows.
Yeah, I was gonna say window.
Oh,
There's one right here.
I'll
Convenient.
get to the window.
Okay.
Sorry about
No, it's okay. All right. So after that, on their turn, they continue to bubble up as the human flesh is stripped from them and reveals burning red, unusual scales underneath as they begin to grow and change. And next up, we've got Penn.
Okay, so what? Guy ran over there. What is Guy doing?
He's getting ready to pick up.
Yeah, Richard and I are basically both
Sharp.
sort of reaching in to grab this girl.
Yeah.
Well, Y'all are in the way. How
You
many
ask-
people? How many
That,
people?
sir, is the story of Guy's life.
So if one person's carrying something, it's like encumbered, right? If
Yeah.
2 people are carrying it, are you not encumbered?
I mean, you guys could probably get by with it fairly easily. I think if Richard and Guy put their heads together on it, Sharp is fairly slight of build. I think they'll be all right.
A half elf.
Yeah.
Okay.
This isn't Eddie. It's Guy. I've got some strength.
I have my only question is the clown, is it in the body of the dwarf or is it its
No,
own
the
thing?
dwarf has shimmered away, and now it's the clown.
So he doesn't look hurt.
No,
Okay.
he looks quite well.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm just gonna pop out my character sheet. Got really small. I'm gonna pop out my my staff of healing real quick and go hit Richard with it.
Just
Thank
like,
you so much.
there you go. We're gonna be okay.
Let's burn. I think each level is 1, so let's burn 4 of these on Richard real quick. So that is 1d8 plus your spell casting.
Okay.
So it's 4d8 plus 4. I'll let you roll that because I don't feel like it. And as I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to stand right here, and I'm standing in between, making sure y'all get her out, and you all get out before. I don't want to leave 2 people carrying something in here.
All right, Richard, you're up.
Okay. Remember how you said we got gifts from our patrons?
Yep.
Can I call upon it?
I don't know, Richard. Can you?
May I please call?
Not quite what I was looking for. I was looking for a description of how you summon this ability into yourself.
Oh, I can do that. I just want to know if I'm allowed to.
All right. So, yeah, you can call upon this power, but you're going to collapse this building in the process. I want you to know this.
Okay.
This is the disclaimer.
Yeah, it's gonna be. You guys might want to move.
You
Can move
have the
fast.
body.
Oh no, I'm gonna trade places with Penn if I can, and just kind of thing.
I mean, I guess I had to touch you with my staff anyway, so I guess I bop you on the head and you're like, all right, tag team.
I'm out. I got to do a thing.
So I guess I grab half of Sharp.
All right.
I'm assuming it's gonna take a full turn for it to actually happen.
Yeah, you can initiate it, and you start growing into a massive tree.
Oh yeah, no, I literally kind of walk up and I have to tear off parts of flesh, and then just wood underneath
All right.
continues to grow in such a way. And
Okay.
It's kind of like skinwalkers when they rip off all their skin.
Right. It just peels off, and you just grow as you're peeling it all off.
Are we losing Richard today?
Say bye to Richard for a little while.
Here comes Alan!
All right. So, are you moving from that position, or are you staying there?
Oh, right. I have to move so I can tag team.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty much moving here.
Okay. All right. You move over there, and you begin to grow. And as you grow, you're starting to break through the ceiling of this place, and bits of debris are coming down.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to catch any debris that might fall upon my
It's just like under your shielding boughs. And all right, so now we're up to Guy.
Technically, this is one extra action, but I'm hoping you let me get away with this for narrative purposes.
Okay.
I turn into Gilbetta, Mask of Many Faces. I reach in and grab Sharp in a big hug. I stand up, pull her back, and say, "The real Gilbetta says, come home." And I throw myself backwards through the window out into the street.
Okay. All right, I'll let you have it.
Thank you.
All right, you've gathered up Sharp, and you've gone backwards into the street.
I don't know how I fit into this.
He's just like, I guess. All right, back to the top of the round.
Yeah. Richard,
Windows broke.
come when you're done, and I'm going to move out here. Oh shit, see a ghoul, and I will go and stab at the ghoul.
Okay, stab at the ghoul.
Yep. Ah!
All right, that's a good ghoul stab. That'll do.
All right, and I will go, and stab at it again.
All right, double ghoul stab. All right, you dispatch this street ghoul on your way past. A couple flourishes with your blade.
I just love the fact that our best fighter goes, and she's killing everything.
I don't like undead stuff.
Sensing your need, duelist companion ignites in flames. Kismet walks through the pews, looking up at what Richard's doing. He says, "Oh, you are interesting." Boom.
Oh shit! How much damage am I taking?
God of fate.
All of it?
Many. Ever seen
to
anybody
regrow
roll an
you
entire
from-
box of dice before? Really cool effect.
All right, so I need you to make a dexterity save,
Oh, you
and I also need Penn to make one.
Oh shit.
I blame you, Kevin.
Oh shit!
Oh no.
I don't want to look at that number yet. Please don't.
Technically, it's not a number.
All right, so
Oh, that's not much better.
it is much better.
Richard,
Well, I
in
mean,
this form, you have temporary HPs equal to your regular full HP.
Okay, thanks.
So you have a padding. Penn does not.
I have some.
That is 10, 20, 22 fire damage as a ball of hellfire explodes around the two of you.
Oh, I need to check something or else this is bad.
Oh, it's bad either way.
Well, one determines if it's worse than bad. Let me just do this like check. Da-da-da-da-da. Oh, I'm not. I really thought. Never mind. I'm fine. So yeah, I take that, and my armor completely melts off, and I am scalded, but
Yeah.
I am still there. I'm
Okay.
still standing.
I'm still standing. Good, because it's your turn.
All right. So that's 15. You said 24.
Leave out the window.
22.
Yeah, 24.
Okay. So
Oh, you said 22 the first time.
Oh.
okay. And so yeah, I take that blast, and I'd like to think as I take it, I jump out the window. So I take the damage, but there's an explosion. And I'm
All right.
out in the street.
All right. You get out in the street. Richard, you continue to grow into this massive tree. You've now burst through the ceiling, and debris is falling down all around Kismet and his formerly bard companions.
Yeah, I'd like to take just one massive swing downwards.
Okay.
What do I have to roll?
Roll a physical attack for me. Add your proficiency modifier and your strength modifier to it.
Oh, I'm just gonna roll a d20 then.
Yeah.
18.
All right. You smash in the ceiling of this place. And as the debris and rubble come down on Kismet, you see it all sink into a mat. It hits the floor, and then it gives way again and goes down into what you assume must be some kind of catacombs underneath.
The catacombs.
I'd like to roll to hit again.
All right.
If you're letting me add with proficiency bonus, then that means
Absolutely.
it's technically a packed weapon.
All right. You nail down on it again. Boom.
It's kind of like just two massive fists just coming down. The first one takes out the ceiling. The second one
The second one takes them out.
All right. So yeah, it all collapses down into this catacombs, and you hear yelling out almost through thaumaturgy through the night. Oh, I am 110% done with you. I'm about to start a forest fire.
The age of flesh is done. The age of art done.
All right. Are you going to leave?
Oh yeah, I just walk. I'm assuming I can just like one big step.
You have quite the stride now.
Wait, sorry. Would it be an extra action to
Logzilla.
just like while I'm kind of walking to just like sweep them up? Because
Yeah, you could probably pick them up and run off with them.
okay, yeah, no, I just like sweep them up and I just walk off into the distance. I don't imagine I have to run very far. I'm walking blocks per step.
Okay. Yeah, you can get pretty far with them. If you scoop them up, you can get pretty far away with them.
Yeah, I move my maximum distance.
All right. So you guys are scooped up in this walking tree, and you run away from this cathedral.
I don't know if I like Big Richard.
Just see a wooden face. It has no features except for two eyes. Just kind of look at you.
Is he just a big Tree Ent now?
Yeah.
Well, you know, anybody can make an entrance. It takes somebody pretty special to make a hexit.
So
They're all in one hand. I just kind of
Yeah.
like the wood cracks and a smile forms out.
yeah, it's just like it's like this big tree
Like a
canopy that they're all
terrifying-
sitting
I
in.
was gonna say, but
It's like a
probably-
jack-o'-lantern smile at that point.
Yeah.
It just looks
Yeah.
creepy.
So you
So-
guys escape on Big Richard.
And I look down at Sharp and just say to her, "You packed? We're going to the keep."
She's hurt, isn't she?
She's unconscious.
Does
Oh,
she look hurt?
I got healing hands. Sorry, if I'd known that, I would have done it right
I'm
away.
gonna fight you for this.
I'm literally already touching her. Like I pulled her out of the. If I'd known she was unconscious when I pulled her out of the thing, I'd have been doing it as I went through the window. But yeah, just remember the first 3 episodes you had that staff. Yeah, I didn't want to be the healer. I don't want to be the healer. Now it's like I'm the healer.
This is what I do. All right.
Oh.
I'm sure we can both heal her. I'm just doing it first.
How far to the keep can I get in this form?
You're not to the keep, but you can get out of this section of the city.
Just the section of the city or the city entirely?
Yeah, you can get, you can get to the edges of the Protectorate District, Protector's Enclave, and then kind of like take the normal transit routes to get in there.
Okay, yeah.
Need
So
to get
I'm
to the
just
cart. We
assuming-
need to go.
Because I'm assuming it's wearing off pretty much.
Yeah, like by the time you get there, it's worn off and you kind of return to your normal form. But as a
I'm
tree,
just kind of like rotting wood. Like the wood starts rotting and just.
yeah, like it starts to slink down and it joins the rest of the rubble in this place.
But I think Kismet probably going to get pissed and burn half this town down. We got to go.
Yeah. we
Yeah,
should head out.
I don't want to stick around with
Soon.
whatever that. Oh boy.
Is Richard okay? Is he like?
He's winded. It takes a lot out of him to do it.
I'm about to collapse on the floor.
All right.
And I'm still growing back flesh, which is something terrifying to watch.
Mm.
I thought we were leaving you there, big man. I thought that was it. I thought you were done. Eh? I thought you
Not
sacrificed
kidding.
yourself.
You're not getting rid of me that easy, Guy. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lovely date with this brick on the floor.
At which point I fall over and collapse.
E3's gonna do her best to like
Drag.
cushion the fall.
It's okay.
How much damage do I take from kissing that brick?
Let's say you take 5 damage. That was a high number.
I'm just gonna get rid of all the temporary hit points I have left.
Yeah.
That was the damage.
Oh man. Well, so what are we? So I guess we're just headed back to the cart as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Did Sharp wake up when I healed her, or is she still?
Oh yeah. If you heal her, she wakes up and she's. There's. Did you get him?
Everything but the god. We got to go, eh?
Yeah.
Girbetta says you have to come home, eh?
Oh, good. I could use some beddy time.
Hi, I'm Kithri Tea Leaf. This is Guy and Penn. That's Richard. Don't mind him. He had a rough night.
I'm the reason you're alive. Good night.
Koshano the Sharp. Nice to meet all of you. I imagine you're friends of my brother's.
Yes.
And your girlfriend.
Yes.
Is someone dragging me by the foot? I have to.
I mean, Kithri will certainly try, but not doing much of anything.
You guys could just send a sending for
Yeah.
Lady Bella to come get you.
Somebody get the horse to come here. Eh?
Oh, who? What? Me? Oh, you want me to do something?
Well, seeing as how you don't want to heal her, I mean,
I kind of just wake out of my stupor for a moment. Kithri, you need to
Yes?
and the horse. He
Yeah,
falls
okay.
unconscious again.
I like exhausted Richard.
Do you have an exhausted rich? No, I'm kidding. Anyway, so since that's the only other spell slot I have anyway, I'll use sending to be like, Lady Bella, here we are. I'm nonplussed about it.
and the steed of spring is, and I care why.
Yeah, it's just this again. A bit of time passes and the cart arrives flying through the air and lands nearby to pick you guys up.
Okay.
Keep looking back over my shoulder to where we just came from, expecting a pillar of fire to burst into the sky at any moment.
No, he's much subtler than that.
Yeah.
It's invisible.
I was hoping for something simple like a real fire.
All right. And she picks you guys up and flies away.
Heart.
Hello, Veronica. I started a fight with the god.
Lady Bella.
Yes. It's Veronica.
Lady Bella.
Lady Bellonica, how many times, eh?
Lady Veronica of Bella?
So the party returns home. It's a long journey and it's late at night by the time they arrive. And Sharp is given 5-star accommodations at Cookie's Crab Shack in an effort to get her healed up and get her ready to go. And after a long night, I imagine all the Warlocks exhaustedly return to their rooms to go to bed.
After I make sure Riptide is in the room with Sharp.
Okay.
And I did heal her for the record.
He is. Yeah. Just wanted on the record that I healed her because I need something to tell Jabetta.
She's got a guard dog, so
she's got her there. All right. Everyone returns to their room. Another job well done by the Avalon Knights Arcane Association. And nobody got killed by any demons. But
It's because I'm awesome.
I honestly thought we were leaving Richard there tonight. I thought that was that.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for a good opportunity to use that ability.
When you get to your room, there's someone in there.
What?
They're
Whose
wearing-
name did you say?
Penn Wright. You. You specifically.
I thought I just, yep, okay. That's cool.
There's someone in your room. They're wearing a red robe with a simple mask. Guy knows what's going on. It says, this person turns. You've been searching for knowledge, Mr. Wright.
Yes, why are you in my room?
The wizards of Thay know many ways to get into magical places.
Did you say Thay or Fae?
Thay.
Okay.
Red wizards of the red wizards of Thay.
I have enough Fae in my life right now.
Thay with a TH. Necromancers.
And I shut the door and I pull up a chair and I'm like, do go on.
And just that easily a soul was sold.
I'm here to take you somewhere. Someone is trying to recruit our order. I understand you stand against them.
How do you know about me?
Candlekeep.
I did study at Candlekeep.
Yes, and you visited recently.
Yes.
You understand that necromancy is not always so accepted, and the red wizards have a reputation. So we can't reveal ourselves to the public at all times. But we took notice of you. And I, acting against the wishes of my brothers and sisters, have decided that it would be best to impart certain knowledge upon you in hopes to counteract the one who wants to co-opt us into his personal vendetta.
Who is trying to do this?
A particular lich. I'm sure you know.
And it's just like, yes, I think I might be able to fix him.
Then let's arm you with the knowledge to correctly do so. And he opens a portal and invites you.
Oh boy. Just like real quick, and I write a note on my desk real quick and pin it there. And I'm like, okay. Then I step through.
All right. And that's where we end the session for today.
Boy.
Now,
Well, hold on.
Well, go ahead. Do your thing. Sorry. I'm sorry.
It looks like Penn is stepping down the rabbit hole, possibly to gain some new questionable allies. Will the Warlocks accept these ones, or just judge everything as evil like they always do? You'll have to tune in next week to find out on Too Many Warlocks. Huck, take us out.
Someone definitely isn't biased.
Thank you so much for doing that with us today. Thank you so much for joining us, and those who give us the follows and all of the subscribes and all that good stuff. The reason I did that is our good friend Penn is getting married next week, so he won't be with us, but we'll have our special guest star Joe Cat joining us. So definitely look out for that. And also be sure to tune in tomorrow for Poison Paradise with our very own Dungeon Master, Guy Boutomps, also known as Kevin, also known as Marshall Kevin.
Also known as that bastard behind the screen.
That bastard behind the screen. And also Penn will be there playing Jets, so definitely check that out stuff here. And I like to take this moment at the end of the stream to mention that I am a very lucky Dungeon Master because I get to play with all these great people here who are all content creators in their own right. And I like to open up the floor at this moment and allow them all to talk about the various things that they are doing. And go.
Cool, I'll take it because everyone always has that awkward pause. So on the blog that is going on, I've put 3 new poems on today. One of them is the promised "I crave for vengeance, violence." Damn it! I've done that twice today. But still, "I crave for violence" is up on the blog. Be sure to read it. It is not my best work, but it's there.
It's there. You can read it. Absolutely. So check that out on the Scarred Adventurer blog.
On Rule for Initiative, our video you can check out right now, the most latest one. My partner Ryan did a video all about running a horror campaign or session, tips on that. And tomorrow's video that you can see tomorrow morning is all about having family in your backstory. And I talk a little bit about Kithri. So if you like Kithri, go check that out.
I mean, who doesn't like Kithri?
I'll just interject too and say that one that Ryan did about running a horror campaign is a great precursor if you're looking to jump into the Clockwork Dominion.
Oh yes, Clockwork
world,
Dominion. Not this week, but next week.
Next week, yes, that's going to be in every other week. And no, we're not doing one on Halloween. I'm sorry. But yes, that is a horror system built around sort of steampunk Victorian Gothic world. So definitely make sure to check out the last video where we did character creation and kind of explain some of the system. And be sure to tune in next Thursday for episode 1 of that adventure featuring Puck.
Yes, I'll be in it as a player.
All right, go on.
Has Zeke ever seen you play before?
He saw me in character creation.
Okay.
So, I mean, he got a preview. He got a sneak preview.
He had reasons for concern.
The diary.
He got a Zeke preview.
I'm a rascal. Guy, what do you got going on?
Yeah, I got I'm tomorrow night, as you said, Deadlands tomorrow night. So we got one more shot at Penn/Jet/Sky/Noctum before we send him off to get married with people that actually love him instead of just pretending to love him so we can get close and stab him in the back.
Is that what we do here?
I mean, it's what you do.
Then on Sundays after Mercs of Mischief, please come and watch them. And then after that, if you're in the chat, you can join the raid. I'm doing a side project with Praetor's Rejects. We are knocking the haunting out of various large haunted buildings every Sunday evening in about as un-Guy a character as you could possibly see me play. Right, videos. I didn't do any this week because I had to look down. My notes are terrible. I got ever so slightly sick this week, just a little tiny cold, and I use that as an excuse to do absolutely nothing for 3 days. So I have to do 2 videos this week. I know what they're going to be. They're going to be on the different types of players and how to make sure when you're building a group in that pre-session 0 that you cover all those bases, because if they're all the same, it's not going to work very well. And then another one about playing with different groups. It's not something that you really get to do in the real world very often because it's hard enough to find one group. But with the online ability, you can play with different groups, even if it's only a one-shot here and there. Expose yourself to all those different ways that people play D&D because there's no wrong way to do it, and you never know what you might find out. Turns out you might enjoy something that's completely different than what you thought you did. So now I don't have to make it a video. I just did them.
That's right. Playing D&D is like a box of chocolates. No. Okay. So again, Guy, he works on our YouTube channel. He does incredible things, and also he's getting married next weekend. So
I am.
no, that's not going to be streamed though. Like we're not going to have that.
I thought about it. But yeah, go check out our YouTube if you want to see the character creation of Clockwork. It's there. If you want to see all our other previous episodes of everything, it's there. So head on over.
All right then. Well,
The shortest pitch ever.
Right. So, thanks so much for everybody for joining us. Please give us those follows. Check us out on all the social media. Tune in next week because we're gonna have special guest star Joe Cat filling in for Penn while he goes and gets his necromancy lesson that he's desired so much. And last but not least, we do do a giveaway every 100 follower landmark. So we're a little over halfway there right now. And the next giveaway is an amazing Elderwood Academy scroll that folds out into a dice tray. It's incredible. It's just the most amazing thing. So you definitely want to grab that.
Quality nubs.
All you got to do is follow. It's got quality nubs. So if you follow us, once we hit that 400 follower landmark, we'll be doing a giveaway for that. And I think that's everything. So until next time, folks. Oh, what? You got
One more thing.
What?
Big thank you to you.
No, what'd I do?
Thank you.
You same thing you do every week. You take this group of cats and you herd us down the path, and then we go on a different path, and you just say, "Okay, the cats are going over here." And thank you for keeping up with all the cats every week. Thank you.
No problem. It's my pleasure. So until next time, class dismissed.
It's a song about reincarnation. When I awoke, the druid said, "Son, the owl bear gave ye a killing. But here's the thing, now you're a halfling. We'll try again in the morning."